Hi everyone, my name is Nuri Bakri. This is Big Ball Toys. Today we're doing this Revell Easy Kit, level 3, scale of 172. I think from the Force Awakens. So I done this 2 years ago, but it's always you have years after years and then build up your bit skill, and then you know how to paint it properly. Because I'm gonna try to do paint differently. So I did that 2 years ago, and then now I just primer the back, and then I try to paint again and see the difference between the 2 years and now. So what did I learn? I might learn something. We'll see. So what I'm gonna do now first, this is after primer, and then after that I'm gonna do using an airbrush machine, do the matte black around all this crack here, and then after that we paint back to primer color, lightly paint on top of the airbrush or the crack there, and then after that try to paint all the gray and the red and yellow on the surface of the Falcon, on top and the bottom, and then we go from there. So I will talk a bit, try to guide you what to do on this one. I hope so. Right guys, hope you enjoy your video and stay with me. Bye bye. Guys, I finished doing the all the airbrushing inside all the crack here on every compartment. So when we spray the main color on this Falcon top and the bottom side, so we can see a little bit of shading. Maybe that's why they're doing it. So I'm gonna try doing it as well. So next step to do is I mark a couple with marker pen here, a dot here. So I'm gonna drill a little bit to make this Falcon like a little bit of battle damage from the other ship blaster. So I'm going to do a damage a little bit here. So I'm gonna using a Dremel here. Now that's the effect that I want to look like. So I'm using a Dremel. Don't punch it through, just a little bit chip here. So next I'm gonna do is put the main color on this both side, top and bottom, just to give a give a more tone color, because the reason of doing this, the black here, all the crack here on the compartment, and then when you spray the main color for this body, you can see a little bit of dark shading. So I think all this part here on the back here, on the truckster here, I think I'm going to do a black wash that later. So yeah, we're going to the main color now. All right, stay tuned. Now we go to the next step to do. This paint is cure and dry now. You still can see the panel or the pre-shading earlier, and you can see the line panel there. So the next one to do now is just to do the taping, and to spray with using the airbrush, the red color and silver, and I'm gonna use liquid latex as well, because I want to do a little bit of cheap paint effect. So guys, the best, my favorite things to do now when we paint the model, taping. Right, so bear with me. Now guys, I'm on the next step is the masking tape every single part on top of the Falcon there. I started with red brown, and then before I spray that, I lay out some liquid latex on top of the surface that I want to spray. So after I spray, I just rub it using a hot brush. By doing that, I can get a effect of the chip paint. So now is the second layer of the color on the panel. It's the dark gray. I'm doing the same with the liquid latex as well. When I'm done, just take out all the masking tape and using the hot brush again and just brush on top of the paint so all the liquid latex will be removed. Now up to the next color now, I'm just using the gray primer aerosol paint as a gray color. I put a little bit of liquid latex as well and start spraying on the panel, the marking tape there. Now after this, after done the spraying, doing the same thing again, using the hot brush and just brush off the liquid latex. So all the color primer there, all the color primary color for all the panel there is done. Red, gray, dark gray, and the light gray all done. So next thing to do, just to give a little bit tone color using the AK white gray, and I'm just doing the dry brush around it. Oh, it does look like a Falcon now. So I'm doing the dry brush now. Just give a tone color over there, and then after that I'm going to do a striking grime using a brown and black. So I learned the technique using doing the grime, the striking grime. Learn a new technique just doing with the dry brush technique. Usually I'm just doing the airbrush, using airbrush. So we learn every day, obviously. That's the Falcon. It's nearly done on our top shirt. So just detailing a little bit more. I just redo a little bit the panel just to give a little bit a bright color on top of it. Now that is the dry brush using the AK white gray, and we nearly done on the top side now. So the next thing to do is just doing the bottom side. So guys, at this stage, after doing a lot of detailing on the top panel of this Falcon, this I will end up with this little bit of striking grime there, and using the paint, Tamiya paint on doing this. Tamiya paint black and brown, and I use the black using Tamiya and brown using this acrylic studio paint. It's a cheap paint instead using Tamiya. So and then after that I'm a lot of dry brush using the AK paint. I'm using the AK white gray. It's turned out really cool. So I turn down a little bit all the color here, so you can see the tone color there a little bit. And All the panel line is really visible now after I'm doing again with really watering acrylic Tamiya paint mixed up with a lot of water, and then leave it separate all during on these panel lines. So as you can see, this is the bottom side. I haven't done anything yet, except just the paint or the panel, no detailing yet. So you see the difference there. So this take me to do this panel take me about 2-3 hours already. So I'm still not satisfied with this. I'm gonna try repair or dry brush a little bit more on top of it, and then give a little bit more detail. Well, I think it looks good. So compared to 2 years ago when I'm doing it, I think I learned a little bit. I learned a little bit how to do it properly. I need to learn more, obviously. So you can see all these battle damage like a blaster. I think I'm gonna just roughly there. So I'm gonna airbrush it later. That's gonna do on the last part. So guys, thanks so much for staying with me. I know a lot of videos using a time lapse, but you know, it's taking too much time. That's why I'm using a speed out on the video. Stay with me and keep watching the video. So guys, we're back again. This is the bottom side of the Falcon. As you can see, I'll redo a little bit more on the panel lines there. And then I'm using the acrylic Tamiya paint, black Tamiya paint. What I do is just have a water standby. We did a really fine brush, a pointy brush, and then really what I call a really watering black, and I just put like that, and it go down itself. And then around here, you can see around here, oh, catching the camera, okay, around here, all the small piece here, just do a really watering black, and you can see really visible now. So the next thing that we want to do is to do the striking grime. There's a lot of way to do a striking grime. Some people do the, you know, really take a black like that, and then after that get a really clean brush with water or thinner and start cleaning down both sides of the straight line there, just to give that thing, that paint is blending with the both side, each side of the color that they put over there. Am I saying right? Right. What I'm going to show you now. The way I'm doing it is I cut my brush to be an angle like that. Right, this is really clean. Right, angle like that is like a little bit angle. So this is the black one. So on this bottom side here, I'm gonna do more brown color or rusted color than the top side here. You can see the top side here, a little bit brown here, and then that's the way I'm doing it. And you can see the grime, the striking grime there, especially this part here. So what you're gonna do now, just dip your brush on it on black color, and then you need your brush need to be really less paint, more like a dry brush. So make sure your brush is clean, less paint. You can see it's like nothing in there, and then you start doing that on the panel here. from here and then just push it down. Don't worry about if you put too much paint in there, you can trim that after, just using the clean brush like this. That's my brush. Right, just using the clean brush like this, just dip a little bit water and just do the same like a dry brush, right? Not much water in there, and start clean them left and right like that. You see that? So if you want to make more realistic, or you know, make more color tone on it, use the muddy brown here, the paint, the color that I mix. So do the same, make sure not much paint on the brush, and then start doing the same thing. See that there's too much paint in there, so you can clean them back again since they're still wet. No, that's a sample. You see what I mean? So you can see the sample a little bit there. This one needs to be trimming a little bit, so the rest is look good. So you know what I mean. So that's the struck and grind technique that I do. It's easy instead of doing the really thick line and then have to clean back, have to blend it all together. But that one you still can adjust them using the dry brush with white, so they can blend in all together with the panel line there. So I'm gonna continue this with the time lapse. So guys, the next step to do, just give a little bit of color, bright color on the panel here, just like the top panel here. So I did a little bit. You won't see it, but you know it's there. That one there, you see. So I'm going to use a color of from AK Paint, acrylic modeling color, AK11003. It's a white gray. So what you're going to do is just doing the same. I used a clean brush instead. The other brushes have black in it, so this one is using just for white. So this is AK Paint. If you there, you see it over there. So you're gonna do dry brush, especially on this top panel here, not onto the down, just on top. Every panel here, just give it a tone color. So you're gonna do the same method, just like you do the dry brush. I have a little bit really less paint on that. So from there, let's do the dry brush there. So you can't really see on the camera, but you know it's there, just to give you a little bit tone color there. So even you can repair a little bit of your the grime that really look really big, not sharp. So just dip a bit dry brush that. So like I said earlier, if you think that's too much over there, all you have to do just to get a clean brush and water, and then you start doing clean the back. the place that you think there's too much paint in there. So as you can see that how visible they are now with the dry brush white. Now I'm gonna continue this process of the part of the panel that I want them to look a little bit bright. So I'm gonna continue doing the time lapse. So keep continuing, guys. So guys, this is the finished product of millineum Falcon, the Force Awakens. I think the Force Awakens, because when I checked inside there, it's 2006 Revell model. When in the box, well, 2 years ago was in the box. It's 2000 on a Force Awakens model. So it's different. It's the same. Obviously, they use the same mold to do this Falcon. So compared from the last 2 years I made this Falcon, mostly I did is just assemble them and then just throw the black wash, easy. So now it's take me about 3-4 days doing it bit by bit and then end up like this. So all the panel line here, as you can see in the earlier video, I use a small brush. Well, people probably just use black wash or just try to approach different way to do this. That's why I'm using that that technique. And then you know, some people using a ball pen from just to the thing. I bet the result will be different. Try this method. The result will be different. So you can see all this. You can't get like this in doing using a black wash technique. It's totally different. This look really clean. There and the other side here. I'm gonna take more pictures later, and you can see all the effect of the blaster and a lot of striking grime there. And then I did use a little bit of airbrush in the end of this before I assemble the Falcon. Little bit around here just to give a little bit of dirty on the corner side here, on the round here, and then a little bit in the back here as well. I don't really do this on the back here too much dirty, or what I call it, a brown and black effect, because I don't want to be too much, because I know last time I did that way. So I just want to approach a different way to do it. So you can see in the back here, if you get a Revell model, usually they give you a blue strip. So I'm using the clear strip, and then I do make that one there as well. So there's a lot of thing that you can do with this. Do the lighting kick as well. But for now, I just finish this with this. End up like just paint. Maybe I will do the different video to do the lighting kick. The canopy here on this model, they come in all transparent, so we have to paint that a little bit there. So yeah, on all, I think I do a better job compared to 2 years ago that I did this Falcon. So anyway, if you have any question, just comment below. I'm gonna take more pictures here, and then put in the rotation base, and you can see all the detail that I made. So guys, thanks so much, and until we meet again, may the force be with you.
Or do not. There is no try.